Hello and welcome again to our Lent reading series for 2023, looking at people who encountered Jesus. Today is day 36. Jesus has been sentenced, has been mocked, and now he begins the journey to Calvary. As he climbs the hill, someone is press-ganged into helping. It's Simon of Cyrene. Simon of Cyrene is well known as the man who carried Jesus' cross. But as far as the Gospels are concerned, none of them give him more than a single verse. So we're going to read Matthew's account today from chapter 27. We're going to start the verse before the one that mentions Simon, verse 31, and we're going to carry on for a few verses after that, just to give some context. So Matthew 27 from verse 31. After they had mocked him, they took off his robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him away to be crucified. As they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. They came to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. There they offered Jesus wine to drink mixed with gall, but after tasting it, he refused to drink it. Then they crucified him. They divided up his clothes by casting lots, and sitting down, they kept watch over him there. Above his head they placed a sign written with the charge against him: "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." From what the Gospels record, we can only be certain of a few facts about Simon of Cyrene. Firstly, that he was from Cyrene, a city in North Africa, in what would be today Libya. It's further mentioned in the book of Acts. On the day of Pentecost, some of the Jews assembled in Jerusalem came from Cyrene. When the church scattered after the martyrdom of Stephen in Acts 8, some went down to Antioch to preach the gospel to the Greeks. They were from Cyrene as well, and that led to the first predominantly Gentile church being planted. Later, from that same church, Paul and Barnabas would be commissioned into mission. And at that time it says in Acts 13 that one of the leaders, Lucius, originally came from Cyrene. Simon was probably in Jerusalem like many people at that time because it was Passover, particularly as Luke adds that he was on his way in from the country. Mark gives a couple of personal details that are missing from the others, saying that Simon was the father of Alexander and Rufus. But the most important fact that we know about him is that he carried the cross of Jesus as he walked up to Golgotha for Jesus to be crucified. You might say that Simon just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But alternatively, you might consider the opposite. Simon had the privilege of assisting our Lord at the time of his greatest need. You'll be familiar with the words of Jesus recorded in Matthew 16, verse 24, where he says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me." It is one of the challenging passages that Jesus gives about the cost of discipleship for those who give their lives to him. Jesus never promised those who follow him that they would have an easy journey, but he does promise a safe arrival. In John 6:39 he says, "I will not lose any of those given to me, but raise them up on the last day." Following Jesus will not always be easy. It will frequently be difficult and often inconvenient, but the streams flow and the fruit grows in the valleys, not on the mountaintops. The letter of James in the New Testament boldly opens by saying, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Next time you find life a struggle because of your faith, try not to see it as being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but an opportunity to grow and to serve. Like Simon, we might not get much written about our efforts in the history books, but the eye of the Lord is always on his servants. Until next time, have a blessed day.